Good morning, everybody, wherever you are. So before we get into the main session, let me begin by telling you a small story, and which will resonate with all of you here. The story goes something like this. There were two friends, and they used to live in a village. And that village had water problems. And both of them decide that let's try and sort this problem out. So one of them says, let's do it jointly. And the other person said, no, I have a bigger idea and I want to go and explore that idea. The one who said, let's do it jointly, had the idea of saying, there is a lake nearby. So let's go, let's pick up 2 buckets of water each, come back. And because there is an extreme water shortage, we can sell that bucket for $1 each. He said, no. The other person, I want to do something which will solve this problem permanently. And then there was a tussle and that man vanishes. Now this man, the one who is getting buckets every day, is the only man left in the village. So he became famous. So he used to fetch about 50 to 100 buckets a day. And he was earning $100 per day, which was a lot. In the meantime, the other friend started laying a pipeline from the lake to the village. And eventually a day came when he inaugurated the pipeline. The pipes had already been laid and everything was done. And he announced a big launch of it, invited everybody in the village and said, from today, you don't have to go anywhere to fetch your water. The water will come to you. And as soon as they opened the pipe, water started coming. And slowly and surely, the other man's business completely shut down. He was very angry with this man, saying, you ruined my business, you ruined our friendship, you're an extremely disloyal friend. As he started shouting at him. This man, out of empathy for him, said, I didn't. Let me help you. Come learn from me what I did, and we can build a huge business out of it. He said, no, I don't want to learn. He said, you're being very, very forthright and very angry in saying what you're saying. Listen to me. I will teach you what I did. You teach it to 2 other people. When they put their pipelines and when that pipelines start supplying water, each of us will get something out of it as a commission or whatever. When those 2 people teach another 4 people and they lay their pipelines, and when those start supplying, not only those 2 people, but we also will get something out of it. And this can become a revolution. Now, why am I telling you this story? Because today, as Alan said, we're going to look at what is a niche and how does this relate to a niche. Eventually, I'll relate it back to a niche. Does that make sense? Which would you prefer? Your pipeline being full? And what happens if your pipeline is full with respect to your business? And what happens if your pipeline is empty? Think about it. Anybody wants to share what happens if your pipeline is full and if your pipeline is empty? What do you think will happen? Anybody? Please share. There are no right.
For empty, we have to हमारे पास में बहुत सारा ये है कि हम उसको फिल कर सकते हैं और बहुत सारा चांसेस है, वैकेंसीज है या बहुत सारा स्कोप है तो उसको हम फिल कर सकते हैं. बट फुल है उसमें हम बहुत कम ऐसे कुछ है जो उसमें फिल कर सकते हैं या उसी को फ्लो को हम लोग को यूज करना है.
जी, सही है. आपने जो बोला वो सही है. एक नजरिया है देखने का. लेकिन यदि आपका पाइपलाइन फुल नहीं है तो हमेशा आप बिजनेस के पीछे, क्लाइंट्स के पीछे भागते रहेंगे. एक और देखने का नजरिया है. और यदि आपका पाइपलाइन फुल है तो आपके पास ये क्षमता है कि आप किस बिजनेस को चुने, किसके साथ बिजनेस करना है ये चुने. You can actually reject business if your pipeline is full. That's another way of looking at it. Thank you, Suhas, for sharing that. Let's get into it. And thank you once again for this opportunity, Alan and the management of the group. Let's look at doing a quick recap, very quick recap. Let's do a quick recap because recaps always help. Anybody, what did we learn last time? What resonated with you out of these 12 foundational principles? Please unmute and share whatever resonated with you. This is what we covered in depth last time. The 12 foundational principles. Anybody, make it interactive so that you learn whatever resonates with you. Alan has already said it was whore versus bed. What do you remember out of it? Yes, go ahead. Yes, go ahead, Ankit. Ankit, you want to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for providing
Yes. Go ahead.
Back to the attention towards commitment is fickle.
Yeah, commitment is fickle. So what are you doing about it? What did you do? Remember what we learned? Commitment is fickle.
Yes, sir. It's somehow avoiding to fool ourselves, sir.
Absolutely. Avoiding to fool ourselves.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. By giving any excuses.
And what can you do? Write 3 things today, what you did to be successful. Write 3 things what you will do tomorrow to be successful. And do it.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Do it. Brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Anybody else? Alan, somebody is waiting in the room. 1+. I don't know who it is. Anybody?
Sir, always sharpen your axe.
Always sharpen your axe. Yes, brilliant. Always sharpen your axe. Learn. Always learn something new every single day, every single moment. That's a journey in this world. That's a journey in this life. Brilliant, Wakar. Thank you. Anybody? And what are you doing about it is a commitment that you need to give yourself. So see how it links up. If you say, I want to sharpen my axe every day, you have to commit every single day to sharpen your axe. Isn't it? Brilliant. Yes. Anybody else? Quickly, 1 or 2 more, and then we'll move to the next one.
Positive mindset.
Sorry, sir?
Positive mindset.
Positive mindset. Yes, we're going to cover that in the next 2 slides. Could you throw some light? What do you recollect out of it? Positive mindset.
Looking at
positive mindset.
Hello.
Yes. Go ahead.
So other points which have last time we discussed and which was related to the business, like that strategy, then the leadership.
Yes.
Then the people's how should be in your organization.
Yes. How does a negative mindset develop? And what can you do to make it positive? We looked at that. Remember, we're going to relook at it in the next couple of slides. But just to refresh your memory, how does a negative mindset develop? Think quickly.
It can be a bad impact your organization as well as your own career.
Absolutely. Something has happened to you. You think that that's the world. That's your little world. That's how the whole world is. And then you tend to believe that it is true. Brilliant. What else, Balkrishna?
Other things which are discussed related to the marketing as well as sales, executions of this whole processes as well as you can say the orders.
Right. Brilliant. Let's look at it. Thank you. Thank you all for sharing. Wonderful. So quickly, because what you are all saying is you have to sharpen your axe every single day. I'm sharing with you all of these things. Just have a look at it whenever you get time. It'll help you. So in terms of mindset, we're going to see this. The mindset is the biggest hurdle. This is the problem to cross. Everything else is workable. It's all transactional. But if you don't have the right attitude, things don't work. So this is how it develops. A negative mindset. Situation is bad. And we looked at it with an example of COVID. Anything can happen. You start developing that mindset. You start believing that something is wrong. And that belief then turns into a truth for you, which is not the truth because you created it. And if you created that mindset, can you rewrite a positive mindset? We saw how to rewrite a positive mindset as well. And when you do this conversation with yourself, with your clients, etc., it is really magical Because when you get to the core of that problem, now let's say you're discussing a pipeline solution with your client, and that client is having a wrong mindset, a negative mindset. If you're able to set that right with the client, rest is only 10%. It is handleable. How do you do it? Try to reframe. We remember this. We said the 5 P's. It should be personal. So start with the I. It should be a very strong positive statement. It should be present. I do this. I do this. That's it. I will try. No, I do it. It should have a potential, something which you can use in the future. And it should be very, very powerful. How does it work? What's an example for it? This is the example I gave you. I don't know how to do marketing this was me. This is me in 2020, 2021, even mid 2022. That's when I started doing it. And this is me today. I do whatever it takes. It's not a boastful, I do whatever it takes, but it's saying that whatever is required, I will do to ensure that I succeed. Again, surrendering to the divine. In my case, it is very different. I strongly believe that I am a surrendered soul, and whatever is happening is because of that force, but I do whatever it takes. Whatever that force gives me as an intuition, I just start doing it. Good. This is what we learned. Brilliant. Now we start with today's session. What do you think? Have you heard of this word called niche or niche or Nietzsche, whatever that, however you want to call it? What is a niche according to you? Anybody? What is a niche and how does it help in business?
Niche is something. Yeah, please.
Yeah, go ahead, Sudeep. Go ahead.
Something special, like not everyone is doing that.
Special.
And very few options are available. So it's expertise.
Expertise. Yes, brilliant. Expertise. Brilliant. Thank you. Yes, Alan, go ahead.
No, I meant being extraordinary. I think
being extraordinary. Okay, being extraordinary. Or can we say doing the ordinary things extraordinarily? Even that could be a niche. Could be a very ordinary thing, but do it extraordinary. How many of you know who is the greatest salesman in this world? Who is the greatest salesman in this world? No? Go and Google for this name called Joe Addis. Joe Addis. He's no more. He's passed away. But he's one of the greatest salesmen in this world. And what he sold was $5 potato peelers for almost 64 years of his life. He used to walk down the Park Avenue street using a handcart and sold millions and millions of them. He used to live in a mansion. People mistook him for Sean Connery. There's a mystery around him. Go and watch the video. You'll be blown away. But that was his niche. Selling potato peelers of $5. That was his niche. There's somebody in the admit room. Alan, you can see that. Okay, so as you said, a unique or specialized segment of a large market. And it is defined by some very specific characteristics, needs, and preferences. And when you do that, when you identify that, that can be a very, very valuable strategy for growing your business or in your professional development. Alan, there is somebody in the waiting room. Could you check and admit?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me make an announcement very quickly. I've tried to message that person, the person with 1+ NE2211. Can you rename yourself?
Sure. Sure.
Otherwise, I'll have to remove you from the meeting.
Sure. So what does all this mean? Let's look at it with a few examples. Let me give you a few examples. Look at this. Look at all these examples and it will become very, very clear for you. I've divided it into segments. And let me just, this is not working. Sorry about that. So there's a segment, there's a macro niche and the micro niche. So if fitness is a segment or an industry, somebody who says I'm a fitness equipment manufacturer or a trader is talking very broad. But somebody who says, I only deal in yoga mats for people who do hot yoga, very, very specialized, very micro. Few options available. If you want to buy a yoga mat, and if you're a practitioner of hot yoga, you'll probably go to that place. Does that make sense? Somebody who's into the beauty segment, and if they say that we manufacture skincare products, broad. But if they say we manufacture vegan, organic products in the skincare, specifically for women in the age bracket of 25 to 40, very, very micro niche. Somebody is in technology, they call themselves a computer hardware manufacturer. Again, very generic, very generalist. But somebody who say, we manufacture gaming laptops that give a very unique experience for professional gamers. Are you getting it? It's a very micro niche. Somebody is in the food industry. They say we are a snack food. We are in the snack food industry. Somebody are saying we manufacture only gourmet popcorn for theaters. People who go to watch movies, they can experience and buy these unique gourmet popcorns. Very, very specific. Somebody is in the travel segment, they call themselves an adventure travel company. But somebody who's having a micro niche says, we are specialists in hiking and trekking for solo trekkers. Not even a group, for solo trekkers. Very, very micro niche. Somebody is into home decor and they call themselves a furniture manufacturer. No, but if they call themselves, they are specialists in handcrafted wooden tables, which are created by artisans of a particular village, or, very specific. Go deep, go narrow to grow big. That's the entire concept. Somebody is in the pet segment, they manufacture pet food. That's what they call themselves. But somebody says, we manufacture organic grain-free food for dogs. Very specific. Krish is in the admit room. You can admit if. Does that make sense, everybody? Today's assignment will be this. I want you to identify your segment of your business. What could be a macro niche for you? And what could be a micro niche for your sector? Because when you use it, and we are going to see all of that in the next half an hour, and that'll really blow your mind away why having a niche is very, very, very important. Is it making sense so far? Any questions, anything that you want to ask so far from what you've seen? Any doubts in this? It'll all get cleared. I guarantee you that in the next few slides, because we're going to look at not just the what of it, we are also going to look at the why and the how of it. I generally don't do this in my 1 hour introductory session, but I want to give it all to you in a capsule. So here goes. Find your niche. Do you need a niche? What do you think? Do you really need a niche? What happens if you don't have a niche? What will happen?
Like 80-20 rule, getting separated
Absolutely.
from the crowd and
Absolutely.
achieving your results.
Absolutely.
If
Brilliant.
you don't have a niche, sir, sorry, I would like to add, it means that you don't have a direction and you don't know where your ship is leading.
Exactly. No direction. Brilliant. Brilliant, Wakar. 80-20 is what the other gentleman said. Anything else? This is what will happen. If you don't stand for something, you'll keep falling for everything. You will think that you can fill your pipeline with anything. It doesn't work like that. Doesn't work. Isn't it? Think about it. Now, what are the fears? Are there any fears that one faces to go narrow on a niche? And that's what we're going to look at. There are apparently 7 fears in choosing a niche. And what could those be? Any idea? What comes to your mind? Let's say I tell you that go niche Go deep, go narrow, focus only on one thing in your business and become the best in that. Maybe you're doing that, but still, how can you articulate it and what stops you from doing it? That's the fear. What stops you? What do you think will stop people going deep?
Fear of failure, not
Fear
too
of
many.
failure. Ah, fear of failure. Yes,
not
go ahead.
too
What
many
else?
people doing that
Absolutely.
thing. You won't find much of guidance.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Brilliant. Brilliant. Keep coming in. Keep it coming.
Anxiety.
Anxiety. Yes, anxiety. What will happen if it doesn't work? Will I lose everything else? All this anxiety is there. Brilliant. What else? Let's look at it quickly. Chaliye. The first thing is, will I lose clients outside of my niche? Please remember this. You are a cook. Okay, we are all cooks. We know how to cook our food. But can we make that one specialized dish which will make the world remember us for the rest of our lives? That is a niche. That's it. Just give me a moment. These sparrows are really troubling me. They've built a nest and they've laid eggs and they come here and shout every day. Okay, so that's one of the fears. Second, my niche is too small. Will it grow into a big business? This is another thing. What if it doesn't work? If it is too small, will I have only a minuscule set of audience? Nothing stops you from finding a niche, building your processes around it, and replicating it in your other business. Remember this. Third one, will I lose focus on the wider issues that my business is facing by focusing just on one thing? Remember, we had discussed focus last time, and we say that I lost my focus because I am distracted. No. You're distracted because you lose your focus. You're all over the place. And I give this example of trainers calling themselves as soft skills trainers. When you say soft skills, that means what are you doing? Do you do communication? Yes, I do. Do you do leadership? Yeah, I do. Do you do emotional intelligence? Yes. Do you do customer service? Yes, I do. Do you do transactional analysis? Yes, that is my forte. Do you do stress management, time management? Yeah. What are you doing? You're doing nothing, literally. Specialize. Go deep. Then you're worried about the competitors. How will I deal with competitors if I do only a small one? Everybody else is doing everything else. No, don't worry. Nothing will happen. It'll help you become a specialist when you have a niche. What happens if I want to evolve in other business? Once I start going narrow in my niche, will I completely lose out on the others? No, you will not. We'll see that. You will see what are the benefits. What happens? How can I break into a niche? I have no idea. How do I break into a niche? I don't even know whether if I have a niche. How do I break into it? And last but not the least, what if it is not profitable? What if I make losses? Who's going to help me to come out of it? These are the 7 broad fears that one experiences, and as a result of which one doesn't want to come out of one's comfort zone. But there are such beautiful benefits, which we'll see in the next slide, of going and finding your micro niche. Look at it. The first benefit is that there is less competition. You have a choice. If this is a pond and these are the fishes, you have a choice to be one amongst them, or you separate yourself and you become a fish there. So you have a choice to be a small fish in a big pond or a big fish in a small pond. And that's your niche. When you say, if you're a big fish in a small pond, that's your micro niche. The benefit is there is no competition. People have to come to you. For cold cough, you go to a general physician. But if you have a neurological disorder, you have to go to a neurological specialist. If you have a heart problem, you will not go to a general physician. You will go to a heart specialist. Become a specialist in what you do. You can charge more, isn't it? A heart specialist will definitely be able to charge that 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, whatever it is. And you go to him or her and pay. There's Harindra entering the room. Alan, just look at that. There's less marketing cost, actually. Come to think of it, if you have to spend on a wider portfolio of yours, you're going to be spending more. But by going micro, you're going to be spending less only on that thing. And we are talking purely from the point of view of non-spending as well. I'm teaching you all organic growth, not inorganic. You don't have to spend if you go this route, literally. And if you spend less, and if it gets you more business, your profit is going to go up. And I've experienced this. I'm talking out of experience. I'll tell you how. The trust is there. People start trusting you as the one to turn to when they have a problem in that area. And your customer relationships enhance because you are being talked about. The word of mouth starts spreading about you. People come and tell people, hey, have you worked with this person? He or she is super focused on only this. And with all that, you will definitely grow and get success in your business. So if you were to do niching and a micro niching at that, you're definitely going to grow your business. No doubt about it. It may take some time, but once you've established, you're going to take off like a rocket out of there. Let's look at some of the pitfalls that happen when you go to choose a niche. And this is true for most of us. Let's look at it. Come on. So you go broad, as I said, somebody calls themselves a life coach. I can help you with everything. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. You choose a niche with less demand. Mere passion doesn't work. You always have to see, is it marketable? So I presume that you all know that about time pass, hobby, passion, profession, and purpose. I call a friend, tell him that there is an opportunity to train, tell her rather, no bias, but tell her that there's an opportunity to train. This is a sales training, and because you're a specialist, I'm giving it to you. Shankar, today is my son's birthday. Can I call you later? Yeah, okay, son's birthday, I appreciate that. The next day I call again. Shankar, you know what? I am so passionate about this children's work that I do. I'm busy for the next 3 days. Can I call you back after that? I will definitely help you. Okay, I wait for another 3 days. I call her back. Shankar, today, you know what? My husband has just come back from a long journey after his ship assignment, and we are likely to go out. Hello, are you there to do time pass? I'm not there to do time pass with you. Because I thought you're a specialist, I called you. My client is not going to wait for your whims and fancies, isn't it? So if you want to do time pass, don't waste your time. I want to learn it as a hobby, many people say. Okay, learn it as a hobby, but yet try to give it to a few people. You will impact a few lives and change them. Good. It's my passion. Wow. Somebody sings at 4 o'clock in the morning and wakes up the whole society. It's my passion. Society will beat him up. Passion doesn't get you money into your house, but passion is required. So not merely passion works. It has to be marketable as well. Somebody becomes a professional after that. Who is a professional? Could you define a professional? Who is a professional? Anybody? Who is a professional? Definition.
Professional who charges money for their skills and money.
Sure. Okay. One way of looking at it. Any other take?
Professionalism in a way like you do your full dedication.
Sure. You do your work with full dedication.
You are passionate about it.
You're passionate about it. Brilliant. Thanks, Vakar. Anybody else? Definition of a professional.
Providing best solution.
Providing best solution. Brilliant. Anything else? I'll take one more and then I'll give you my definition, which is not mine. I'll give you the source of it and you'll say, wow, why couldn't we think of it? Anybody else?
It's a specialist, basically.
Specialized. Brilliant. Brilliant. So what if I say a professional is somebody who can do his or her job unsupervised. Not my definition given by Subrato Bagchi in his book called The Professional. And you should read that book, all of you. It's a brilliant book, The Professional by Subrato Bagchi, the erstwhile owner of Mindtree, which was taken over by L&T. 4 people quit Wipro on one single day and they started a business called Mindtree, and the rest is history, as they say. One who can do his or her job unsupervised and then later on certify that my job is true and correct is a professional. Brilliant. You become a professional, people will start respecting you. And then comes the purpose. Today, Tendulkar, if he is called to give even a 10-minute lecture, he will be paid at least 2-3 crores. Because as a professional, he has created that niche for himself as a batsman. Whenever you remember Tendulkar, you remember him as a batsman, not, you will never see him wearing a hockey gear and coming to play in the cricket ground, isn't it? He's a batsman. His role is to bat. And if you go and relate to his story, when he was about 13, 14, he, it seems, came into the dressing room to have lunch and he was going back, and one gentleman stopped him and asked him, "Where are you going?" And in his own inimitable voice, he said, "I'm going to bat." He said, again, "Where are you going?" "I'm not out, sir. I'm going to bat." Again, he stopped him. "Where are you going?" "Sir, me and my partner are not out. We are going to bat." Again, he stopped him. "Where are you going?" And then he stopped. He understood that the master wants to teach him something. "What are you telling, sir?" It seems he asked him one thing. "Where is your helmet and where is your hand gear?" You think you're the god of cricket? What if a ball comes and hits you? You watch 24 years of Tendulkar's cricket, not a single match you will find him batting without a helmet or without that arm guard. That was his dedication to his guru, Ramakant Achrekar. That was his dedication. And he told him only 2 things. Tendulkar, practice and deliver. Practice and deliver, even today. And why am I telling you this? I think last time I told you all that I've worked with Ravi Shastri for 2 years. I have seen him from close quarters, Tendulkar. He used to come to Ravi Shastri's office regularly. And in one such conversation, we just asked him, whenever he used to come, that was like meeting God for us. So we asked him, "Do you practice even now?" And he said, "If I don't practice, I feel something is missing in my life every day. Plus," he said, "I have to play a tournament every year. So I can't just go and pick up my bat and play a tournament. I have to be in touch." That's his dedication. Now, that is the purpose. His purpose was that. And you can relate to his purpose, because when he said goodbye on 16th of November 2013, you saw the last gesture. He went and prostrated on the ground as if to thank the divine for it. That's the purpose. And then today you see who Tendulkar is. Brilliant. You're not committed to your niche. You are not passionate. And this is what a lot of people said. You need to have that passion. Don't sell products, sell solutions. People don't buy your products or services. We looked at it last time. People buy your solutions. Sell your solutions. And that's how you will niche up. Good, brilliant. All this is fine. But are there any steps? First, identify your passion and where do they come from. Look at the kind of results that you've generated in the past. See what you can teach people. See what's your experience. What is your personal experience? Using that, match it with who you can help that with and what is it that you can help them with, and see what's coming. Even more specific, see what popped up out of it and match them to find your niche. All this still sounds very, very theory. And you may be thinking Shankar is going very theory today. No. This is important. I need to give you a little bit of a background before I take you on to understanding the niche. We take at least 4 to 5 sessions on niche in the business coaching thing. I'm giving it to you like in 1 hour. So We need to go deeper into this, but we don't have that much amount of time. So let's look at how does this all work in the real world. This is what Richard Koch said. He's a British author, writer, businessman. Choose the niche that you enjoy, where you can excel and stand a chance of becoming an acknowledged leader. Because remember, whatever you're going to choose, you're going to do that for the next 30 years, maybe, or more. 10 years in some cases, 15 years in some cases. It better be something that you love, right? What's the point in choosing something that you don't like? Will you excel in it? You will not. You will do things half-hearted. You'll never ever become a leader. Now, how does this all come together? So it all comes together something like this. Niche is nothing but a group of people with whom you resonate. And how does and where does it start? First, ask yourself, what is my passion? What do I love doing? What do I love doing even if people don't pay me anything for it? Day in and day out. Using that, who do I love working with? What problems can I solve? So using these passions, who do I love working with? For them, what problems can I solve? Will they pay me money? Now, there are two questions to ask. Will they pay me money? Do they have the ability to pay me money? So always remember the concept of man. When you meet somebody, make sure that he or she is a man. What is a man? That they have the money, they have the authority to take a decision, and that they have a need for that solution. Money, authority, and need is required for you to seal a business with anybody. You go to a sales marketing head or sales head or whoever it is, and you start selling your products or services, and they say, yeah, it's good, but I need to check with my directors. Okay, they don't have the authority. Maybe they don't have the authority to decide on the pricing. Not the right person to contact. Go to the board directly, but you can't bypass this person. So convince him. But when you have a discussion with the directors, you don't have to go through the same conversation. All the basic questions are sorted. You can directly go to the need and the authority, ask them to decide whether they like it or not. And people are buying only and only short-term services right now. And the culmination or the combination of all of this, that's your niche. This is your niche, the sweet spot. How does it work? Is there something that we can do to find this out? Is there a process? That's the process I'm going to give you. That's the template I'm going to give you. That is what I have used, and that's how I'll explain it to you, how you can arrive it, and then leave you with an assignment which you can do and submit in the group. So look at it again. This is me. On the left-hand side, right, I mean, when you look at your screen, on the left-hand side, certain things will pop up. See this? I am a trainer. I'm a coach. I'm a consultant. And therefore, I love working with this kind of people. I come with a huge audit experience. So I love working with manufacturing companies. I'm a professional. So I love working with CAs, company secretaries, lawyers, interior designers, or any other professionals. I have worked in service companies all through my life. So I love working with service providers. I can help B2B business owners, entrepreneurs, etc. I can work with e-commerce, but I don't like this because I don't understand that business as well. One part of it. So my passion as a chartered accountant, and with all the other peripheral qualifications that I have, that being of a business coach, a trainer, a facilitator, a design thinking specialist, a Lean Six Sigma green belt, etc., etc. These are the kind of people that I can help. what is it that I can help them with? So when it comes to manufacturing, one of the issues that they face is with respect to quality or with respect to their products. I can help with it. When it comes to manufacturing, there could be people-related issues. They may be having training-related issues. They may be having succession planning-related issues. They may be having marketing and finance-related issues. Manufacturing. So all this I can help them with when I go there as a business coach. All these. But again, I'll come to what I help them with. When it comes to trainers, coaches, consultants, one of their biggest issue is that they don't have products. They don't know how to market and sell, and they're pretty poor in their finance. So these are 3 areas I help trainers, coaches, consultants. I can help. When it comes to professionals, they think that they can't market themselves. You go to a doctor, you go to a chartered accountant, they think that their Hippocratic oath that they take, or the ethics or the code of conduct, does not permit them to advertise themselves. But what stops them from educating others? Isn't it? I'm a chartered accountant. I've given up my certificate of practice in order to be in this business. But even if I had my certificate of business and I do this, I'm not doing anything at all to solicit business. You've been with me for 2 sessions now. Have you seen me sell my product or sell my services in any of these 2 sessions before? And you will not. So nothing stops me from educating people. That education elevates their consciousness. When they are elevated in that consciousness and they want to learn the how do I implement it, that's when they come to me. I teach them the how and I charge them for it. For service providers, again, they have an issue with their people, with the quality of service they provide, with marketing and sales, finance, etc. With B2B business owners, there is always an issue with people, training, succession planning, their products, marketing and selling, finance, quality of their products. I help them with that. Same with e-commerce. And I said, I don't want to be here. Is it making sense so far? Everybody here, is it making sense of what I said? I'm going to go a little more narrower for you to understand. Any questions thus far? Is it making sense? No, yes. Have I simplified it for you, the concept of niche? Anybody so far? Do you think it makes sense? Yes, no? Alan, is it making sense overall? Am I audible?
It's good with me. Yeah.
It's making sense. Okay, good. People are buying only must-have services. For example, let me give you a very, very simple example. You see a Facebook advertisement which says, lose 7 kgs in a week, even if you have never exercised or had gone on a diet in your life. Money back guarantee. Only 25,000 rupees. Will you go and enroll for it? Yeah. Next week, your best friend's wedding is coming after 15 days and you want to look your best. And there's anyway a money back guarantee. So what's the problem? It's a short-term must-have solution. So if you look at the real world, let me stop sharing this screen and share with you another screen, which is a whiteboard, and explain this to you. Sorry. So the short term and long term. In the short term, it is fear. In the long term, it is aspirations. Isn't it? I want to look fit and my best in my friend's wedding in the next 15 days. I want to be fit even at the age of 65 is a long-term goal. If 2 products are there in the market propagating your fears, which one would you want to buy immediately? This one, right? Who knows whether you're going to live till 65? You want to look good. You want to look fit right now. People are spending the maximum money here in this space today. In this space, I'm sorry. In this space. This is fine. This will come to you later. But if I can be here, people will buy. People will buy. And once they experience this, then they become your followers for life. They'll want to stay with you because they have experienced your brilliance in the short term. And they think that you're a good service provider, ideal solutions provider. Remember this. So this is what I wanted to tell you in the slide that I shared with you. Let me go back to the presentation. So is there a checklist? Is there something that will help us to get to what we are all looking to find out? As we kind of come to the end of this session, this is a beautiful template which we use in design thinking. This is known as the empathy map. And it gives you a four-pronged perspective of your customer. When you talk to a customer, always look at what they think and feel. And how do you know what they think and feel? Ask and figure out these questions. What matters to your prospects? What do they worry about? When I talk to trainers, I can figure out very clearly. Two trainers are talking. Hey, you know what? My March revenue was 50% lower than my February revenue. Yeah, man, same here. Market is so tight, and to top it up, even collections are not coming through. Two trainers talking. What matters to them is how I can grow my business, how I can have my pipeline full. Remember the story of the pipeline which we spoke about. They want to be the best trainers. That's their aspiration. But how do I get there? Is there a shortcut way of getting there? While they are doing this, what do they see? They see competitors. Hey, how is it that he is trying to achieve this? What are their friends doing? He's attending all these courses. So they go and attend course after course after course. Remember the story of the bird we narrated last time? As we left the meeting, I told you the story of that small bird. What's the point in learning something if you can't apply it? Let your friends hop in and hop out of courses. What's the point of certifications if you can't apply it? Now, while they think, feel, and see, do they really say and do the same things? What is their behavior in public? What are their perceptions? How can it be changed? And what do they want to hear, or what are they hearing? What are they hearing other coaches talk about? What are they hearing their family, friends, everybody else talk about? I hear these image consultants come to me regularly and say that, hey, my family is saying, why did you spend 5 lakhs? And that's become a worry. That's become a belief. I have spent 5 lakhs. How can I recover it? Yes, you should be worried about how you recover it. But you're not projecting yourself as a solution provider. You are calling yourself an image consultant that nobody understands in the outside world. Project yourself as a solution provider, somebody who can make others look good, feel successful, and solve their problems. They'll come to you. So again, I go back to their pains, and we are going to look at this in the next session. Each session leads into the other session. We're going to look at what is the pain of a customer and how do you take them to a gain, and is there a process that you can use in between to move from the pain state to the pleasure state? Once you do that, and once you're able to articulate that properly, that positions you as an expert in your field. Use this template. Again, simplified version comes here. A simple checklist. My passion is business coaching right now. Who can I help with that? I can help trainers, coaches, consultants. What are their issues, pains? Delivery, target audience, and closing deals. They don't know how to deliver well because they don't have that content. They don't know where their target audience is, and they don't know how to close deals. Business coaching is my passion. I can help professionals. This is one-to-one, B2C, business to customers. Customers pay for it. Customers come and attend. What we are doing today is a B2B program, isn't it? Is it making sense? Impac paid for it, and you all have come and attended. You have not paid from your pocket to attend this program. So it's B2B, business owners, MSME, SME, marketing people, sales people, finance people, operations people, etc. So that's business coaching or training relating to this. And last is leadership and team building programs for B2B professionals, NGOs, and that's helping them in reducing attrition, etc., etc. Now, the three things. Do I love doing it? Do I resonate with these people? Can I solve their problems? And are they willing and do they have the ability to pay me? So the first thing, I love working with trainers. I'm a trainer. I love working in that, being in that community. I love solving their problems. But their problem is they are neither willing nor do they have the money to pay me. They have little money. This is the example. If somebody earns 10 lakhs in a year and they take home about 2 lakhs net profit, they are not going to pay me 1 lakh of fees. Isn't it? Why will they give me? That's almost investing 50% of their profit for me. They will not give it to me. Professionals, they're good. I love working with them. I'm a professional. I understand their pains. Can I solve their problems? To an extent, yes. They have the willingness and ability, but they think that I don't have the ability to solve their problems because they think advertising is not our cup of tea. We shouldn't be doing, we'll be debarred if we do that. That's the problem. Now, business coaching for B2B, good. Do I love working with them? Yes. Can I solve their problems? Yes. Do they have the ability to pay me and willingness to pay me? Yes. The testimonial which I had posted last week, which I had shared in the group of that gentleman called as Dr. Raghunandan Jagdish, he is the owner of that company, Nandan GSC. They are into ground safety equipment. They are one of the best in this country. Their turnover is about 50 to 57 crores right now. Their vision is to take it to 120 crores in the next year. He got in touch with me through my LinkedIn posts, connected up. We did some things for him. And now we have left it, not left it as in I have not left the client. We have given him that space to go back and implement. He's in touch with me regularly. We'll go back and review it maybe in June again. How is it working? And if it goes well, we do another round. So for doing that, this is a confidential group. So I'm sharing numbers. For 6 months, he paid me 4,80,000 rupees. Not bad, right? And a team building program, which I did for around 40 of his top leaders and mid-level leaders. He paid me another 75,000 rupees. Not bad. They have the willingness, they have the ability to pay the money. And they think that we can solve their problems. And you can see the way he has positioned himself after that, the way they have positioned themselves as a company. Everything has changed in LinkedIn, and they're getting a lot of leads from LinkedIn now. And the last, the team building activities about which I keep posting in LinkedIn quite often. So again, do I love doing it? Yes. Alan knows it. We were in a program together and we've learned it together. So I love taking it to the masses. Does it solve a problem? It's not mere entertainment. I do it as an experiential learning program. Do they have the willingness and ability? Yes. Last year, I did about 14 programs. Last year means from, say, around August, September to March 2020, 22 to 23. Around 12 to 14 programs, almost 2 programs per month. Not bad. Not bad. And quite well paying. So finding your niche is very, very important. How to do it? First, identify your passion. List it down. With that passion, who do you love working with? Who is it that you are really in love working with? What problem of theirs can you solve? And do they have the willingness and ability to buy? If you get a tick mark for all these as yes, 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 that's your super micro niche. Good. Let me leave you with this thought. Once you do that, you move from a bought after business to a sought after business. The bought after business is when your pipeline is completely empty and you have to run behind people. Give me business, give me business, give me business. But if your pipeline is full of water flowing continuously, you can reject work. You have the capability to reject work. People start following you to such an extent because they think you are an authority in that. And this is what a Tony Robbins or a Marshall Goldsmith or Rajiv Talreja or whoever you look at it in the market of coaching and training today, they are doing. And if you look at your business, figure out who is in this space and what are they doing right that you can emulate. So that's the assignment for all of you. Using this model, I want you to use this model. And again, I repeat it, list down your passions and see who you resonate with. What problem of theirs are you solving? Do they have the willingness and ability to pay you? That is your niche. Identify your niche using this template. And of course, you can use the previous template, the tick mark template, both of which I will share with you. Made sense? Any questions? I mean, if we take it to your specific industry, I was just thinking about it and see if this makes sense. And correct me if I am wrong. Your segment is, I may be wrong because I don't know your products very well. According to me, is industrial and manufacturing segment. This is where you are. This is your broad segment, not even your macro niche. Your macro niche is industrial coating services. If you are in industrial coating services, this is what you'll propagate yourself as. But if you want your micro niche, and I may be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, specialized pipe coatings, coating services, this is what I had written, for offshore oil and gas companies, gas pipelines. This is your specialized niche. I may be wrong. You are the ones to correct me. You provide specialized pipe coating services for offshore oil and gas pipelines. And are you propagating yourself to your customers in this manner? And will it help? Is the thought I want to leave you with. Any questions, feel free to ask. I'm done with my session.